I'm a nerd and I love politics, so what did I think of Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2? Well, I liked the film. I thought it was really solid, although I still think that Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix is absolutely the best film in the series. But, waking up this morning and seeing that Rebekah Brooks, Rupert Murdoch's right-hand woman, had been arrested in the phone hacking scandal in England, and that the head of Scotland Yard has resigned his position in this scandal, I couldn't help but be struck by the irony of watching the downfall of Rupert Murdoch's empire in real life while we've all been watching the downfall of Lord Voldemort's in the movie theaters. And, for all of yous out there, shaking your heads and saying, this is really a stretch, well, I think you need to pick up a newspaper, preferably one that's not owned by Rupert Murdoch, and then think about what he and his Death Eaters have been up to all these years. They've taken one of the most powerful guardians of our freedoms, the press, and have corrupted it to the point where it's become an instrument of persecution and fear. They listened to people's private phone messages. Just think about that. With the intent of publishing any juicy or dirty tidbit they could come up with about the pain of people suffering the loss of family members killed by terrorists, or who were kidnapped, or who were soldiers who died overseas in the service of their country. They used their power to swing elections and then publicly bragged that they had that power, and they hacked the phone messages of prime ministers and members of parliament. And they did all of this for Lord Murdoch, a man who had built the most powerful and far-reaching news and media empire that the world has ever seen. They own the Wall Street Journal, Dow Jones, Fox News, Fox TV, News of the World, the Times of London, Sky Broadcasting, Fox Studios, and so many, many others. Did they ever give a thought to the lives of the people whose phones they were hacking? And were they doing the same thing here in the U.S. to the 9/11 victims' family members? There won't be any wand duels or curses thrown or armies clashing in the coming days. In our world, it won't be Harry, Ron, and Hermione who are called upon to get to the bottom of this evil. We instead will have to rely upon the police, the courts, politicians, and the press. Oh, and one more little thing. 2,000 people had their phones hacked, and as of this moment, only 170 of them have been informed about it. And knowing that Murdoch's people just delighted in spying upon British celebrities like Hugh Grant, I can only help but wonder if J.K. Rowling isn't on that list of people who have yet to hear from the police. And if she was, I think there may be a cell waiting in Azkaban for Lord Murdoch.